Hey boys and girls, and welcome to shorter attention what I was doing and things like that. Hopefully it helps you out, you know, hopefully. How's it going, boys and girls? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Storytime with Uncle Mason. Apologize, I haven't been really on time with a lot of these videos. I've been suffering from the 2Bs lately. I've been broke and busy, and this weekend's gonna be no exception there. So I'll try to knock out as many of these as I can with what free time I do have. So enough complaining. I've talked about some Modern 22 stuff. This Friday, EJ is going to be out at Phil Harburger Park running a little trail run out there at 6:30 in the afternoon. Should be a good little exercise. And this Saturday, we're having our makeup day for the last couple games of our Tournament of Heroes. That's going to be at Tony Martinez Park at noon. If you want to come out and support and you want to come out buy a t-shirt, help us out, that'd be great. But we are good on volunteers there, so I do appreciate all the love and support. Speaking of t-shirts, I still have 2 different types of t-shirts for you guys. We got the tried and true blue of our Tournament of Heroes. Looks like that. Has all our sponsors on the back. Looks great on you. And then, of course, we have the old reliable red right here. These guys are both $15. We still have all shapes and sizes, so if you guys want to pick one up, just get in touch with either Erin or myself through Facebook, website, whatever, and we'll get you taken care of. Okay, so we left off talking about Chapter 5, How Can I Stand It? And last time we talked about what you can expect from others. So today we're going to talk about how not to grieve. Now, if you remember, Chapter 5 is all about grieving and why it's beneficial and some of the best ways that you can possibly go about grieving, so that way you can process whatever trauma has affected you fully, so you can move on with your life and live a better life, which is the ultimate goal. So today we're going to talk, of course, about how not to grieve, and these are going to be the things that you want to avoid whenever you are grieving about a trauma. So according to the book, it says, we humans will do anything rather than to undertake the hard work of grief than think we're accomplishing something. So basically, we'll do absolutely anything to avoid actually grieving. And once we do, we think we're doing something. But in reality, we're actually just avoiding the situation. If you remember the avoidance symptom, that's bad stuff there. That just leads to a whole mess of complications. So basically, here are some of the things you want to avoid whenever you are grieving. You want to avoid acting out, giving in to the pressure of misbehaving. You want to avoid aiming low to what seems more achievable. You want to avoid attacking people, it's like beating down what's threatening you. You want to avoid, avoidance. Stay away from things that cause you stress. You want to actually go and try to be around stuff that cause you stress, just so that way you can process it fully. You want to avoid compensating, making up for weakness in one area by gaining strength in another. You want to avoid denying, like refusing to acknowledge the event occurred. You want to avoid displacing, shifting an intended action to a safer target, like kicking your dog or something like that. You want to avoid fantasizing, escaping reality to a world of unachievable wishes. You want to avoid idealizing, playing up to the good points of a desired action and ignoring the downsides. You want to avoid identifying, such as copying others to take on their desirable characteristics. You're your own person. Try to be your own person. You want to avoid intellectualizing, avoiding emotions by focusing on facts and logic. You want to avoid passive aggressiveness, getting your way by passive avoidance. You want to avoid projecting, seeing your own undesirable characteristics in others. Rationalizing, creating logical reasons for bad behavior. Regression, returning to a child state to avoid problems or responsibility. Suppression, consciously holding back unwanted urges while ignoring the root cause. And finally, you want to avoid trivializing, making something small when it really is something big. So if you recognize any of these behavior patterns in yourself, you first need to see them for what they are. They're hoped for shortcuts to restoration, which won't get you there at all. So the suggestion is show this list to a friend and ask them if they see if you're engaging in these behaviors, but don't act out and punch him or her in the face if she notices so. He may end up displacing you. So then make it a matter of prayer. Ask God to help you realize when you're avoiding your grief work by falling into these habits and to help you partner with Him in this process. So basically, if you feel like any of these things are happening to you right now as you're trying to grieve, ask someone about it. Ask if they see some sort of change or anything like that, and you would be open enough to accept that, you know, they may say that yes, they have seen this, and then be willing to do something about it. And later on, I'll talk a little bit about how to grieve, and you know, we'll talk about stuff to avoid other than this. So, with that being said, it's push-up time. Alright everybody, so with that being said, you guys continue to have a fantastic Thursday, and I will see you all later, hopefully. Have a good one.